What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Mad Possum Motorsports channel. Everything's good with the motor. Don't worry about it. So, on code startups, I'd have a lifter tick coming out of one of the intake valves when I put the ears on it. So, there's a noise right here. So, I shimmed everything in the middle. The passenger side head's all good, but some reason the driver's side head is ticking when code. Once it warms up, it goes away. So, yeah. So, my OCD, pulled the motor out. On pulling the motor out, I was parking the car in this corner to tear apart, put on jack stands. I noticed there was some little drops of oil on the floor. So, dropped the undershielding on it, and then I found a oil leak right here. But this was leaking, so this is coming down here. But I noticed right here that there was oil right in here. So I don't know if it was coming from the valve. Or not the valve, excuse me, the timing cover gasket, or the valve train subassembly right here, because there's RTV on this. So this is your valve sub assembly here that your cams go into. You know, of course they couldn't have just did a cylinder head the valve cover. They had to do all this nonsense here. So this is RTV'd, and I pulled the RTV off. Couldn't tell where the leak was coming from, but good news is, all this has to come off anyways to shim it. I was going to shortcut it by turning it to the exhaust side, pushing the exhaust valve down, and pushing the valve down on the intake side with the exhaust pushing the valve open to, excuse me, replace the intake valve. I don't know which one it is. It's one of these two over here, because when you put the ears on it was making a noise. So, yeah. So, I didn't like that. You know, I'm very OCD. I like my things to be perfect. So, I'm going to reshim this. I'm going to, later on, I'm going to pull everything. Got to pull the timing cover off of it and valve cover. I'm going to stick my filler gauges in and see where I'm at. They were all in the middle. They were all good where they should be. I should have did this tight, but with a turbo motor and tracking it, I try to do it on the mid versus the tight. Because if you weren't running the retainers in here to hold the valves, a lot of people recommend doing it, shim it tight. So I did it in the middle because of the valve train. So the rocker arms, those have a retainer on there from a company from Australia. I'm sorry, I don't remember the name. I have the card though. I don't want to say the name and mispronounce it. So all that is shimmed according how they wanted me to do it. So I'm going to reshim it a little tight on this side and restart the motor and see how it is. I need to put 200 more miles on it. It has 800 miles on the block. Well, not the block, but the whole entire engine. It's got 800 miles on it. So I'm going to do a few pull tunes to make sure everything's good. So there's no boost leaks, everything's good to go. And then I'm going to take it to Boosted Performance in Iowa and have them tune my motor. Looking forward to that, dealing with Graham. So, yeah, a little update on it. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, I pulled the motor. Really didn't want to do this, but it is what it is. It's a process of building a motor. This is new to me is Boxer motors. You know, a lot of RTV on these motors. If you never did one of these before, I can tell you there's a lot of RTV because, you know, the cylinder head gaskets have RTV on both cylinder heads. You know, you have your cam carry subassembly, your valve cover gets RTV, even though it's a rubber gasket because you got RTV. According from the assembly instructions, only one side gets RTV'd. I don't remember which one gets RTV'd, but yeah, you got to do the steps. So I'm going to, it's going to take me a little bit because with work and my schedule. I'm going to tear this motor back apart, pull the valve cover, or not the valve, pull the valve cover off, timing cover, valve train subassembly, pull that off, and reshim everything, make sure everything is good, the valve lash, silicone, not silicone, RTV all together, and then start it up, and just hope that I don't have any oil leaks. So if y'all have any questions, feel free to ask them the best that I can. But, you know, it's been a process building these motors. A lot of RTV on these motors. It's still a good motor. And I'm hopefully have it tuned in spring or beginning of summer, depending on tuning schedule. And then I still have I got some work to do on my Cummins over here. I got to do some work to it before it drives from where my location is. It's about a 9-10 hour drive. So, I got to go through that truck and make sure it's roadworthy of it. Great truck, by the way. I might do some videos on that truck. I haven't decided yet on that one. That is called the Possum. And this is called the Golden Possum. So, yeah. So, if y'all need to know anything, you want to ask me some questions, feel free to ask. Please like and subscribe to this channel so hopefully this YouTube channel can grow. So, if y'all have any questions, once again, I'm rambling, but just asking. I'll do my best to reply to them. Y'all have a great day, and I'll catch y'all later.